Welcome. This is Javeras Banks. I am live from WeWork Terminus today. We're going over a little bit about the secrets of the trucking industry. So as we get loaded up in here today, my name is Javeras Banks, founder and creator of financialid.info. We're paying a special visit to Alix Burton today. We have a special guest on here for you guys, and we're going to go over some of the things that our brother Alix has done to revolutionize the trucking industry and help people get into trucking for themselves and create viable business for themselves. Just give you a heads up. Before we bring Alix in, if you don't know me, first time hearing, I'm founder and creator of financialid.info. We've been helping people all over the country with their personal finances, their business credit, business structure, automations, integrations, monetization, and we've helped all kind of people, but we get a lot of questions. What business should I start? What industry should I be in? So at this point, without any further delay, I want to introduce Alix Burton to the show. Welcome, Alix.
What's going on, brother?
How's it going?
Hey, I'm blessed, man.
That's great, man. So Alix, you're in the trucking industry, owner of Good Energy Worldwide, trucking, logistics, and consulting.
Yes, sir.
How long you been doing that, sir?
About 6 years now, man.
Wow.
6 years now, man. Yeah.
6 years.
Definitely.
So, where are you from? Are you originally from Atlanta?
I'm originally from New York.
New York, okay.
I've been down here for about 13, 14 years, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you like the area?
I love Atlanta. Like, moving down here was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. You know what I mean? A lot of opportunities out here. Like, if you looking to do something with yourself, Atlanta's wide open. Like, you could really come down here and just figure it out. You know, there's a lot of networking going on. So I feel like Atlanta is just like the perfect place to come out here and become an entrepreneur.
I agree. I've ran into a few people that's told me like, hey, Buffalo said no. I got to Atlanta and they was like, yeah, you can open that up. So
right.
Yeah, it's definitely a place for opportunity.
Yeah, man.
So I've known you just a little bit for a short time, right. And I've seen the company grow,
right.
in less than a year and a half. Like I've seen it just boom. Before we get into it, what are some of the things that you were doing before you got into this particular industry?
Absolutely.
Lead us up. Tell us a story. I want to know who Alix is. If y'all don't know, I wish y'all could see this view. If you get a chance to see the view, y'all check this out. This is the boss right here. Go ahead, Alix.
Oh man, my story is crazy, man. Came down here. My mother sent me down here on summer break, late 90s. No, actually, I'm lying. This is the early 2000s. She sent me down here for the summertime. Ended up basically leaving me here. Not leaving me like per se as abandoning me, but pretty much she wanted me to have a better life, and she tricked me to come down here. I was down here on summer break, and all of a sudden my aunts was enrolling me in school. She eventually followed me down here. Got me a nice little job. I was doing telemarketing.
Okay.
I was doing telemarketing. It was cool. And then from there, I got fired from that job.
Okay.
I was working for this guy. He was a young guy, and personal issues, and he fired me. And I had just bought my first car, just bought my house. Not bought my house, but I was renting a house, and fired me. And I just remember just the emotion of the fact that somebody had control over my life that much to where, that now that you fired me, now I don't have a way to pay my bills.
Like, right?
Yeah, so it scared the hell out of me, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
So from there, I decided that I didn't know what I was going to do yet, but I knew I wasn't going to work for anybody ever again at that moment. So from there, I went on to throwing parties. I just stumbled into a nightclub, just used my gift of gab and got my way up in there. Never threw a party day in my life.
Gotcha.
Ended up doing Thursday nights in this small town called Gwinnett County, about 30 minutes north of the city. Ended up having the biggest party on Thursday nights for about 3-4 years, in the mid-2000s.
Okay.
When I first got here. And then, from there, it just kind of got a little hectic with the nightlife, man. Just out 5-6 nights a week. I decided that I wanted to get into an industry that I would be able to grow a little bit older and do, and something that I could pass down to my future kids. I had access to some funds, through my lines of credit, etc. And at first I was going to do a restaurant. Then I was looking into barbershops, salons, and all of these ventures I kept attempting to get into. It just wouldn't fall into place for some reason.
Gotcha.
And then from there, man, I just kept running into people that was in the trucking business, whether it was drivers, fleet owners. Just kept running into people, man. And I said, let me give it a shot. I mean, I met this guy, you know, he wasn't doing that well the last time I seen him, and now he just glowed up. He was doing his thing. And I'm like, hey, what are you selling drugs? What you got going on?
Like, look like dope money.
And he was like, yo, man, I got a couple trucks, man. I'm doing it to my trucks. So that kind of opened me up to it, man. So I just did the research, jumped into it a little prematurely. You know, the guy was like, hey, look, man, you know, get the truck. I'm going to put you on. All you got to do is get a truck. I got contracts at the post office, you know, running these box trucks. Just get one and I'm going to put you on. I'm like, I bet. A month later, went and got me a truck. I called my man. I'm like, yo, I got the truck. Let's get it. Man, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, you got it fast. All right, I'm going to hit you back. Man, stop answering my phone calls. Just, you know, I don't know. He just stopped answering my calls. And here I am with this investment. I got a truck, but now I don't have any direction. So I was at a so I got to a point where it was like, okay, sink or swim. I jumped in, did some research, and I just kind of just jumped at it. You know, went on Google, YouTube, and stuff. I'm renting my trucks now.
So you mean to tell me that the man that sits in front of me today, you literally had to go back and become a student on your own with nobody to really just break down like you got a little bit, but you really had to go back and do it yourself.
Absolutely. It was a scary situation, man, because, you know, I already did the contract for the truck. It wasn't no giving that back. And here I am, the guy who I was depending on to show me how to do everything is just not accessible anymore. You know, people talk, but it's like, okay, now it's time to do. Nobody really wants to help people is what I learned at that moment. So long story short, man, I jumped out there, running my trucks the best way I knew how off YouTube and Google. First, it was cool, you know, a couple dollars was coming in, but it wasn't until like about 6-7 months later, you know, when stuff started getting like really due, and I realized I'm upside down. I wasn't making no money. So to be the crazy thing is I went out of business my first year in business. You know, I had to give up the trucks.
Wow.
Had to give it up, and you know, I took it personal because like I seen the potential in the business, but I knew I had it structured wrong, and I said, okay. So the reason I didn't give up is because I seen enough to where I was like, okay, this is a good industry, but I just did it the wrong way. I had the wrong kind of trucks. I hired the wrong type of drivers. I was paying the most expensive insurance, so I wasn't. My profit margin was just not there. So long story short, man, I sat down for about a year, man. I tell people this all the time. It's the year of the sacrifice. This is the year of the sacrifice. I stayed at my house and I just researched for a whole year. I didn't get a haircut for 6 months. I stopped partying. I stopped, dating. Only time I really went out was to walk my dog. And I locked in and I just said, okay, I got to figure this out. And then I did the research. I figured out and identified what I did wrong. Gave it another shot, but I came back with the 18-wheelers this time. So here we are, I started with the 18-wheeler. I corrected all my mistakes. Now, that first truck paid for my second truck. Second truck paid for my third. Now we're running a fleet of 8 trucks right now.
Oh my goodness! So that reminds me a lot of that I went through. As far as the learning curve, to own our business that we have, I literally have to do research on a daily. That you're always learning. That's something that you have to do as an entrepreneur anyway.
Right.
So that's very interesting that you said you actually lost the company, picked yourself back up, reloaded yourself to try again. Where'd you get that tenacity from to get up and want to try again? Because I know a lot of people who work jobs, they have a fear of failure. How did you get over that and come back?
Again, I seen the potential for one. I seen other people successful at it, and that was enough for me. Honestly, I just knew I had to restructure it. Another thing, man, my mother. Like I seen my mother, a single mom, never met my father before. I seen her go hard, 2-3 jobs at a time. It wasn't no excuses. Like, yo, it got to get done. Gotcha. So I'm just not a quitter by nature. You know what I mean? Especially if I feel like it could work. So that was second nature for me.
So you honed in on the fact that I see the potential, and I don't have I'm not a quitter. So I'm just gonna keep trying.
And also my pride. My pride. I don't accept defeat with anything in my life. Yeah.
So now that you've made the revamp and you come back, from being behind. What was the major thing that you that you seen that you did wrong in the first, like if you don't mind? What was that? What was it that you did wrong in the first go around?
Easy. Money management.
That comes up a lot.
Yeah.
We deal with that.
Yeah, money management, man. You know, a lot of times people think that when you start a business, just because you start making a couple dollars, it don't mean you need to spend that off the rip. It's really good to just let the money kind of build up, get you a nice little cushion, you know, so that way if something goes wrong, a breakdown happens with one of my trucks, I'm able to pay for it.
Yeah.
So one of my biggest problems was the money management. I was just, as it was coming in, I was spending it, thinking it was going to be here next week again. Another thing, man, just hiring any Joe Blow driver. I'm just trying to get to the money. I'm just trying to get my truck riding. Whoever caught me, oh, you got a license? All right, get in the truck. So I had to become a lot more picky on who I hired as well too. I had the wrong kind of trucks. Just went and bought the first truck, the first deal I heard about. Ended up buying a truck that had the engine that was the most expensive to fix. So again, if we fast forward to what's going on now, where I have a consultation company now. My consultation company came by from those mistakes, from that pain that I went through. I went through a lot of pain. I ended up in the hospital with high blood pressure trying to figure this thing out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
High blood pressure in the hospital trying to figure it out. I would have never thought that. You know, we see the Instagram and, you know, people, you know, wondering what people are doing, and people want to connect and reach out to people.
Right.
And they don't understand that sometimes some sweat and some tears in the background in that thing somewhere.
Yeah. A lot of times people kind of walk in on chapter 10 and they don't know about chapter 2 and 3.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? It's real, man. Like, you know, so with the consultation, I was literally just helping out, you know, friends, a couple friends and family members about 2.5 years ago. And, you know, I was giving them information on how to get into the industry, and then people were overhearing me do this, and they're like, man, you know how valuable that information is? Like, and I was thinking to myself, wow, like if I would have had the knowledge that I have now back then, I would even be on an even higher level than I've been blessed to be at now. Yeah. So I realized the need for the information. So my consultation company, now what I do is I help people get into my industry, but I show them the blueprint on how to do it the right way the first time. I'm going to show you how not to go out of business the first year, how to lose $30,000 your first year. You know what I mean? All the things that I always tell my clients, I made all the mistakes for you already. All you got to do is just listen and follow this blueprint, and you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. I was just doing a couple friends and family members, and I would post them on my Instagram. Hey, look, just got my boy James up and running. He got his truck. He making money now. And then I'll get 3-4 DMs. Hey, you think you can show me? And then it literally organically turned into a business. And now here we are, 40 clients later. And you know, it's a waiting list right now. And
wow,
it's been a blessing. Yeah.
Man, I bet you would never thought a few years ago. 40 clients, you're in consulting.
Yeah.
You know, I find that in our community that I don't see a lot of us even think of the consulting industry as a viable source of income. Man, we wouldn't even know it. That
information is a new currency.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands
you gotta
down.
Get that.
Look,
nah, seriously.
Run that back. What?
Nah.
Information is what?
Information is a new currency, man. You know what I mean? Information, like people, the gap between where you're at right now and where you're trying to be is information.
Absolutely.
That's what's in the middle of where you're at right now to where you're trying to be.
So where you're going and where you want to be is either the lack of information or too much information. You get overloaded with
That's so true.
Much information.
That's so true.
Yeah, because I find that, you know, a lot of things that I'm sure with enough research, like you did yourself, you can go find it and you still bump your head.
Absolutely.
But it's nothing like that cheap path, like that cheap code.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, time is money. You know what I mean? So if I can pay for the convenience of learning what it would take me on my own 9 months, if I can get that information in 60 days, what it took me a year and a half almost to figure out, I'm paying that. I wish it was somebody. I wish it was a me when I first got into this industry.
Absolutely.
What you charging? $7,000, $10,000? Word? And I could not go through this heartache of losing $30,000.
Yeah.
I can do it the right way the first time. Oh nah, I'm paying that.
Absolutely.
I'm paying that. Like the right information is priceless.
It is, absolutely, especially all the time you get back from like I said, just those mistakes.
Yeah,
man.
man.
You know, and like I said, high blood pressure. We don't want high blood pressure.
Man, listen, yeah, it's real, man.
Man, you looking good. You working out. How you stay in shape being in the trucking industry, man?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, shout out to my new family, man, the Eric Thomas Association, man. You know, E.T., Eric Thomas, CJ, Josh, Jamal, man. What I've been told, what I've learned from my guys, man, is writing your day down. You know, I used to just kind of wing it. You know, just woke up in the morning and whatever hit me, I just dealt with it. Yeah. Now I actually write down a to-do list on my phone, and I literally check off my whole day. And honestly, I put the gym in my schedule. It's in my schedule. And this time, I have to be at the gym. And once I did that, it just get done. So that's pretty much how I did it. I just got more organized, and I just started writing down my days, and I just included myself, because we could grind, make all this money, but if I ain't here to enjoy it, what's the point?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So my health is just as important as the grind.
Absolutely, absolutely. So in this process of getting the consultancy up and running, I noticed that you're mentioning some key points that I've had success with in actually being more organized, putting that time schedule, getting that to-do list together. What are some of the things that people are saying about your program after they've gotten in it and gotten done? What are they saying?
Man, if you go, you follow me on Instagram. You know, when I do these consultations, when I get these people set up, I'm atting everybody. Like, you know what I mean? I'm so transparent, it's ridiculous, and I think that's why it's kind of taken off the way it's taken off, is because you could actually go down my page for a whole 2 years, and you could actually go to these people's pages and see what they're doing. You could actually DM those people, because at the end of the day, I could talk to my face is blue, but at the end of the day, it's the results that matter. So I at all my clients strategically so that you guys know, look, this guy's not playing. I'm consistent, client after client. And you seeing the results. I'm doing before and after pictures on my gram. So you'll see like them in the office doing the initial consultation with me, and then you'll see the next picture, them with the truck. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they love it, man. You know, my goal is to break this crab in the bucket mentality that we have, especially our people.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to just be the boss, and nobody wants to help nobody. It's enough money in here for everybody, especially this industry. Absolutely. It's enough money, so it's like, why not put people on and get money with them?
Absolutely.
So I'm just here to break that crab in the bucket mentality. We doing good. We get to the money, but look, you can do the same thing and get it with me.
Yeah, I love that. I love that's what you're doing with it, because you know we get so many people, especially in the credit industry.
Right.
We hold real tight to our little jewels in the credit industry for the most part, and to see you teaching people how to fish, I had to come over here and sit down and speak with you today, because it's so many families I see and work with. They're just like, what do I do next? Or where do I go?
Right.
And they don't realize that you already spent $60,000 on student loans. You can come holler at Alix and start your new trucking business. So don't get afraid to pay for education now that you're out of college.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Is there anything that you could share with anybody from, it doesn't have to do anything with trucking, that you share anybody to help them become successful?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, man. One word. Sacrifice. You're not going to be able to get what you need to get unless there's a sacrifice made. It's something that we're doing on a constant basis that's slowing us down, keeping us away from our goals. You got to identify what those things are, and you might not be able to eliminate them immediately, but scale them down. Mine was partying all the time, you know, dating with the girls, and you know, just buying all the clothes, and before my time. It's a time for all of that, but you got to get your grind and your stuff and your assets in place first, and then you could play. So my advice to y'all, man, just to sum it up: make your sacrifice, lock in, and if you stay consistent with anything that you do, as cliche as it sounds, you literally can do anything you want to do. I come from the worst part of Brooklyn. I wasn't supposed to be where I'm at right now. I'm not supposed to be here, but consistency and sacrifice is what's gotten me here.
Absolutely, man. Listen, guys. This man has helped all kind of people around the country get their companies off the ground, get their businesses going, get in a new industry to try something new. Alix, please tell them how they can find you and how they can get a consultation. And you tell them Mr. Banks sent you when you hit them up.
For sure, man. A couple ways you can hit me up, man. My Instagram is Alix, and that's ALIX, __ good energy. Our website, we're getting ready to do presentations all over the country. We just left New York. We did about 30 people in New York. We're getting ready to do Atlanta. We have over 180 people signed up so far. We're going to be doing free presentations showing you guys exactly what we offer as far as our consultation services. And you can sign up to get on that list for updates on that date at goodenergyworldwide.com. Just hit goodenergyworldwide.com. Put all your information in there. As soon as we get the date, which will be any day now, we'll shoot it out to you, and you can come and get the information on what we offer. And if you want, you can sign up right there when you come to the presentation, man. So again, IG Alix _ good energy. The email is Alix ALIX at goodenergyworldwide.com. And the website is goodenergyworldwide.com. Thank you, man.
Hey guys, thank you very much. And this was just a quick moment with someone that I've met and I've seen the growth myself, and I want you all to share in what his mission is, and hopefully this helps change some of you guys' life. So, hey, well, thank you very much. Pleasure. Alix, it's a pleasure having you.
Pleasure.
And we're gonna